أعزائي المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي. أنا صديق لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، ولهذا الأسبوع نستضيف السيد عمران خان، المدير التنفيذي لشركة PIXL جروب في إمارة دبي. Good afternoon, Imran.
Good afternoon.
As a first, welcome on Emarati program, and it is our pleasure to meet you today and to know more about you. Who is Imran Khan?
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure and a delight to be talking to you. And before anything, I think the fact that you are sitting in front of me, I must thank this city, this great country, because without the visionary leadership of this place, I would not be sitting here in front of you. And for you to come over and give me the respect you are, this is all because of this land that we are living in. And that's the reason we call it home, and that's the reason we come from so many parts of the world to build our businesses here, because we feel it is not our second but our first home, where we belong. So thank you, Ishaq, again.
You are welcome.
Who is Imran is just someone humble in the service of our clients. We exist to provide the best possible solutions for real estate developers, brokers, financial institutions and other stakeholders in the off-plan real estate space. And we want to do that globally. And I think that's primarily because we are born out of Dubai, a very, very vibrant community that caters to off-plan real estate around the world.
Imran, let us to go back the first day you reached United Arab Emirates. How it was for you?
Yes, so it's very, very a very, very good memory and a very interesting one. It was always kind of back and forth, I started my career in the UK, and after finishing my, master's in business administration, I moved immediately to the UK in mergers and acquisitions. I moved back briefly to India, and then, this opportunity came across. It was an American company, and I was in two minds whether I should move to the Middle East or whether I should stay in India, move to the US. But as luck would have it, due to many factors, both personal and professional, I decided to take up the role, and I landed here. I remember I landed in the morning. This was the 14th of December 2009. And straight from the airport, I kind of just went into the hotel, changed my clothes, and went to work. And my line manager was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm Imran, you interviewed me, HR took me to my line manager." And he was like, "Oh, you showed up. I thought you'll never show up," because there was so much back and forth. And, my interview had actually happened 3 months back, 3 months before that. And they sent the offer letter, and I reached the office on the second last day of joining. Otherwise, my offer would have expired.
Oh.
So it was very interesting. And I went in, like a suit, dressed like this with a tie. And my line manager told me, this was an American company, 125-year-old company. He said, Imran, today you've come in a suit and tie. From tomorrow, roll up your sleeves, no suits needed, let's just get to work. And I think that has been the mantra, of how the UAE has treated me and raised me from being a dedicated employee to being an entrepreneur. Dubai just allows you to roll up your sleeves and work hard and always push boundaries.
Why I ask you when the first day you come to United Arab Emirates and how you feel, because if you love with the city, you will be success. Let us to know more also about how you see the cultures, how you see the more than 200 nationality living together, how you see the safety of United Arab Emirates also.
So look, it's very interesting. So there was this concept, when we were in college and I had just started work in, I remember 2007-8, we had this concept of, a mixed bowl. We said that there are cities that have a mixed bowl, and it's like multiple cultures come together and they all just blend in I say that the UAE is more like a salad plate. You know, the salad plate. The good thing is that all the cultures are there. You eat the salad, but you also enjoy the flavor of each of the different ingredients.
Right.
So I can be as Indian as I want, but still be in the United Arab Emirates. My children are American and they can be as American as they want, and they can still be here. You are as Emirati and you can be as Emirati as you want, and you can be here. So the beauty of this culture, and which is very hard to achieve, I don't think any city in the world has achieved it, is to maintain the value systems of your culture while building onto and into a new culture. Right? It's very, very hard to achieve. And again, I mean, I know I'm sounding repetitive, but thanks to the leadership that they allowed so many cultures to flourish while creating a very unique culture. You know, my wife, she was almost born and raised in the UAE. She's been here for many, many years. And her accent is neither British nor American. It's the Dubai accent, you know, just like the Dubai chocolate.
Yeah.
It's unique in the sense that every person from different parts of the world can actually understand the Dubai accent very well. Yet it's not, you know, too much of the subcontinent. It's not too British. It's not too American, you know. And that's the beauty of the place. I mean, it's created a culture of its own while retaining the individual value systems of every culture that comes here. And to your point, Ishaq, on safety, I mean, I don't know how we are the second safest city in the world. I think we are the safest city in the world.
100%.
So, I mean, where else can a family at 4 a.m. in the night come back from a wedding at a hotel to their house in an Uber or a Careem with an unknown driver, with no fear, with no concerns? I travel twice, thrice a month, all the way to the US and back, and I know that my family is at peace.
100%.
And that's one of the reasons why we chose to call Dubai and UAE our home. We have the option of the subcontinent, we have the option of going to the US, but we chose not to.
16 years United Arab Emirates. First 7-8 years it was an experience on the market, right? Let us know how you start the business, the first business you started.
So it's very interesting. After about 7 years of corporate life in and outside the UAE, so I moved a little to the Europe, to US, and came back. And I didn't get a promotion for 2 years, and I got frustrated, and I was like, I need to do something of my own. So I thought, I'm anyway spending 14 hours, 15 hours at work. Might as well spend this time for myself, And one of my seniors at work was like, I'm starting something, why don't you join? And I said, okay, let me join. I'm still young, no children, let me try my best and give it a shot. No one in my family had ever done a business. So when I spoke to my family, they were upset. They were like, why? Business? Who does a business? So I was like, no, let me try myself something. And I got into business, and 3-4 months into the business, we got our first real estate client. I think, touch wood, alhamdulillah, by God's grace, we did well. And since then, the rest is history. New clients kept coming in. Our focus on off-plan real estate kept increasing to the point where, there was something that happened with the owner of the business there. And then we decided to start afresh. And that's how PIXL was born in April 2019. And we just decided to be hyper-focused on off-plan real estate globally. And the rest is history.
2019 you start PIXL.
Yes.
That means you build a strong trust between you and the UAE, right?
Yes.
Because you try to invest, and you invested in 2019 with COVID-19. Everyone there was save their money or run with their money. How it was for you when you established the business? How it was difficult or easy for to start a company in United Arab Emirates?
It's very interesting. So when I started PIXL, it was possibly financially the lowest time and the lowest point in my life, right? I had a lot of learning from the previous business and partner of what not to do, which I thank God and him for. Had he not been there, I wouldn't have learned what not to do and what to be very cautious of in my business. And at that point, one of the biggest, again, things that I reflected on was what Dubai did just post-recession in 2009.
Right.
Because I came in 2009 and I came to a Dubai that was just getting back on its feet after recession had hit the world and Dubai, right? And the best thing at that point was Dubai had the belief in itself to resurrect itself as a city and the UAE as a country. And so if a city can have the belief, an individual can have the belief. So that was the first thing. I wanted to believe in myself, to go back to my family and say, I'm starting another business now, and they said, look, if you know what you're doing, do it. So I think that belief was there. There was a beautiful support structure in the UAE, right? Business is simple, uncomplicated. You go, you get a license, you pay the money for the right activity, you get the license for the right activity. I just mustered enough money to do that. Got 3 or 4 people only on board because it was not a very good time financially. So I got 3 or 4 clients, said, guys, if you can support me at this point. Again, they were all their businesses were started and became really big in the UAE. And they had all seen a time like mine. They had all been at a point where they had lost everything, or they were really at a low, and they built everything from scratch, and the city allowed them to. They understood my situation and they came along. Their people came along, and we started with 3-4 people in a shared office at that time. And I knew that marketing is something, when sales are low, when businesses are down, you need to market the most. And at that time, because I had just started, everyone was trying to kind of, shut shop, cut costs, close down. We said no, we went to more clients, we became more aggressive. And the clients gave us an opportunity, because there were clients who understood what we were trying to say, that now is the time you need to spend when no one else is spending. The cost of lead is lower, the cost of development is cheaper, because there's hardly any work in the world. And if we went to 10 clients, 3 clients said yes, and then the 4th and the 5th. And that's what kept us afloat, along with us getting into web and mobile app development. So, we got good projects internationally, and we continue to build those. And I can say with a lot of pride that from 2019 September till 2020 August, that entire 1 year, including 6 months of very heavy COVID, we did not let go of a single person. We actually increased our hiring. And no employee of PIXL lost any money to the company or otherwise. Because I think maybe, alhamdulillah, because we were in a growing phase, we didn't have to cut back.
Let us know about the team who work with you, how you select them and how you keep training them all this.
So the truth is, the team works. I don't work. My core role is to make sure that I have subject matter experts who are the best at what they do, and I just let them do what they're the best at doing, because I'm not even close to being good enough, So if there is a development team, web development team, they know tech much more than I do, right? And they can build those tech solutions much better than I can. My job is to make sure that I have the right people for the job, and our values, our integrity, our honesty is communicated to the client through the team the right way. The same way, if it's our creative director, if it's our public relations team, if it's our performance marketing team, any of these teams, we just get the best people to do the job as efficiently as possible. But it's really their baby. There are so many clients that today PIXL has and services. And by the way, we call clients partners in PIXL. We don't call them clients because we believe we partner with them. We always tell our clients we don't work for you, we work with you, because we have as much value to add as you do as a client. So all the teams that work with our clients/partners, a lot of them I don't even know. They come to PIXL, they don't come to Imran. And this is something that I have learned from my corporate experience. You want to build an organization, you don't want to build an individual. Right. PIXL will always stay. Imran will come and go, right? So I'm just a pixel of PIXL, right? And that's how it should be.
And also, if we talk about the strategy of your business, how you build it and how the strategy now from 2019 and what you updated to 2025?
So, Saq, when I started the company, I was clear about one thing, that I want to focus on off-plan real estate.
Great.
Obviously, as new people came along and as the business grew, there was a tendency and an attractiveness outside of real estate. And I wouldn't say that we did not try. We went out a little, we came back. We went out again, we came back again. But we realized that we should always be the best at what we do. And you cannot be the best at everything. You have to be the best at one thing. And that one thing is off-plan real estate, and we understand it really well. And we've been able to understand it in different geographies around the world. And I think that hyper-focus helped us to stay on track. And alhamdulillah, I mean, Dubai, you see Dubai real estate, what's happening, right? And I think the fact that we decided to focus in this industry starting 2019 has paid off. And now we are doing it globally because Dubai is at the forefront of off-plan real estate around the world.
Right.
So when we go to a London, they don't say, oh, you should learn from London and go to Dubai. They say, oh, you know what, tell us what Dubai is doing. When we go to Miami, when we go to New York, when we go to the US somewhere, they want to learn and emulate what Dubai is doing, right?
Wow.
And the fact that we have teams all over helps us to exchange a lot of ideas. There are certain things, London is a much older market as compared to Dubai.
Right.
So there are so many good things that we learn from London and bring them to Dubai. The US is a very different market from both the UK and Dubai. We learn certain things from there and bring them here. And then we take a lot of know-how from Dubai and export it.
And also, if we talk about the competition in the market, how you see?
So it's interesting, when we started doing performance marketing, we were one of the only players who almost guaranteed qualified leads. How much money you spend, how many leads you'll get, how many will be qualified. Because I was always very result oriented. Because I come from the client side, I come from the business world. Having been on the client side, I understand I cannot sell cost per click, I cannot sell cost per impression. Anyone can do that. I have to sell cost per lead, I have to sell cost per qualified lead, because then my skin is in the game with you as a client. I am taking the risk as well. And that's why it becomes easy for a client to trust us. And many a times we've lost money, but we've always come through on our promise, right? So that's how we kind of started taking this business. And then from there, we kept adding more and more and more services.
Great. And if we talk about the other companies who are working from out of United Arab Emirates, we can build with them a trust also too?
So to complete my answer to your last question of competition, when we were doing lead gen, after a certain point of time, we saw some other companies also coming up with the same model.
That's, yeah.
But by the time they came with that model, we went into CRM and tech. Our solution set, became bigger. Then we got into creative. Then we got into events. The main difference, I would say, between a lot of competitors in the market who were trying to play catch up, one was they were not focused only on off-plan real estate. Mm-hmm. They were, okay, I'm a lead generation company. I do lead generation for all industry segments. It can be a dental clinic. It can be real estate. It can be e-commerce. I'll do everything. We said, no, we understand one thing and we do it really well.
More specialized.
More specialized. Second thing is that we understand the business first. So we understand I need to generate leads, or I need to do that creative, or I need to do the broker kit for the project to sell. So we look at it from an investor's perspective and an end user's perspective, not even from a developer's perspective, right? I go to my client's client and look at what I need to do. A lot of agencies actually operate from the inside out. As an agency, I need to deliver this service and that's it. Okay. Third thing is, I don't know of many, but there may be very few companies that do the entire ecosystem.
Great.
That do everything from the moment you buy a plot of land to the moment you sell that project out. I can do and I will do everything.
That means the relation starts with our friends or with our partners, as you give the name, when we start the contracts. After the contract, that's big. We can say a big relation or start our relation with them. How you keep that relation for long term, like 2, 3 years, 4 years, it's can.
So, I mean, this is something that I think I must thank the team as well as the clients or partners for, because it is true that our relationships have assisted over time. Because I think one reason is, for brokers, because obviously they always need leads, they always need to close. So it's a recurring business for us, and they always need fresh leads in the system. Second thing we did is, along with generating leads, we started putting CRM. So we tried to reactivate dormant leads. We tried to give them new solutions like automated calling, AI calls, right? So a broker knows that if they come to PIXL, they'll always get a new solution, something ahead of the curve. At the same time, when we go to a developer, we'll give a full suite of services. For a broker, it's straightforward, right? For a brokerage firm, we'll continue to generate leads, we'll continue to service the CRM, multiple things we'll keep doing. For a developer, we will work with them through the life cycle of one project. But because of our solutions and the sales ability of the solutions, the moment they sell out the first project, automatically they jump to the second.
Mm-hmm.
So we again continue with them. In some cases where their projects are far apart, we'll still be doing maybe social media or PR on an ongoing basis. So the relationship will continue. And see, Ishaq, as long as I'm honest with my relationship and I'm ethical with my relationship, in this market, no one wants to go away from a professional, structured, ethical relationship. Okay, we might be not the cheapest, but if I'm giving you everything I promise, and if I am making sure I'm delivering on time, why would you want to move away?
Right. And also, if I ask you about who rebranding the company, who start as a broker and today we saw them, they are developers, how you also build that relationship with them?
So, great question. And this is again the beauty of this market, that it allows anyone and everyone who has a dream and a vision to make it real.
Right.
So I'll give you a very interesting case in point. We had a brokerage firm that we were doing business with, Elysian. Elysian Properties or Elysian Real Estate was a brokerage firm. We've been doing business with them for, I don't know, since we started. Okay. And just a few months back, we launched their first project as a developer on Dubai Island. And we've seen literally the entire transition of how a brokerage firm from a office which was maybe 2,000 square feet or 1,500 square feet has now become a massive developer. They have a full floor on Sheikh Zayed Road. Mashallah, they're doing really well. And this is just one success story that I can talk about. But there are so many others within the PIXL space that we've seen, brokers becoming master brokers, brokers becoming developers. And I'm sure more will continue to walk that path.
Today we saw also many applications and many websites which launched last 2-3 years with the technology of the AI, which make easy from different nationalities who are coming to you, from Russians or from other nations, Germans.
Yes.
I'm sure you know what I mean.
100%.
But we did want to mention the name exactly.
Yes.
Let us know also how it's helped the market, and also how it's affect maybe the company who are giving the really right result.
See, first of all, it's very good for the market to get so many players, right? Because every player brings their unique point of view and their unique business idea to the market. And it's something different and something new for the market to learn, right? Whether they're successful or not is secondary, but the market is always successful, you see. And truth be told, some of these players that you're talking about, we have been working with them in some way, form or other. Somewhere we might have done the UI, UX work, somewhere we might have done CRM integration work, somewhere we might have built the CRM at the back. So this, somewhere or the other, we are related to a lot of them, not all of them. But again, the fact is someone says, okay, I've brought AI to the market and you can do smart maps and you can locate the real estate index, pricing, all of that. Eventually, it is, I would say, facilitating a little the brokers and the developers. But what you will see is that most of these people who come in actually have and I would say with the exception of a few, actually have a real estate brokerage license. What they are actually doing is they have put up a platform, but they're generating leads for themselves.
And they are selling them.
And they are selling. Very few of them are actually saying, okay, I will generate a lead for you, Mr. Client, from my platform. And those who are saying, okay, I'll generate a lead for you from my platform, they are great because again, you see, the more competition there is in this space specifically, the more the market learns and the more clients see. Before I complete this sentence, every broker, let's say a broker has an in-house team, okay? They still want to come to us for leads. They will still go to that platform for leads because every big broker needs multiple sources of leads, okay? So it's good for us when players like these come along and say, okay, you know what, I can also generate leads for you. Great. Now the broker tells me, oh, by the way, you know what, their quality of leads is good on 1, 2, 3, and they need improvement on 4, 5, 6. Your quality of lead is great on 1, 2, 3, 4, but now you can improve on 5 and 6, see what they're doing. So it's a great learning for us, right? At the same time, we are now building our own platform, okay? Because obviously from a service company, we need to go into a product company. And while building our own platform, we have a lot of learnings, and eventually all of these players are making the market richer. So I think it's great.
How you see also, I don't know, but this question out of the box, how you see who are a start-up agency or marketing agency and today we see them, they are a real estate company. You think they have enough knowledge to know more about real estate markets?
See, Isab, in the real estate space, we have this saying, because obviously we work with so many stakeholders. When the market is good, everything sells. So a lot of them have decided to do this because they see the market being good. Okay. And today, truth be told, everyone who's touching real estate will make money in some way, shape or form. Right. But you only get to know the reality of, for example, setting up a brokerage firm. It's easier said than done. First of all, it's very hard to find talent. Very hard to find talent. Second, generating leads needs a lot of marketing expenses. It looks easy, but we are a 100-member company on the back of this marketing expense that brokers and developers pay us. So it needs a lot of expenses to be done. Getting an office space, there are expenses that are big, which you should be ready for before you get into the space. Some people, okay, they might have a marketing agency, they get leads, they're like, oh, why don't I generate leads for my own self and I will sell. 1 or 2 agents they will get maybe, but what will they do after that? Eventually, and whenever this bull run doesn't stop, but even if it's corrects, at that time the reality will be slightly different from what it is today. But once again, if there are more brokers in the market, the Dubai word is spreading more. And I say Dubai drives Dubai, So the more Dubai is being spoken about, the more investors will come. So if you ask me, I'm very happy. The more agencies that come about is good for us eventually. And also if it's a marketing agency who's becoming a brokerage firm, eventually their focus will go into brokerage and my competition will die. So that's
yeah, right. And what you will advise for the people who are looking for their right agency? How they can find their right agency, how they can find the right services.
It's
Well, there's thousands of companies which...
Yeah, look, see, I think the first thing that they should look at is how focused they are on the industry they want to get leads or get branding solutions or get web development work or PR work for. Just because I know web development, I will not be able to make a great website for you because I need to understand what your business needs, And a lot of clients here actually have the investment, but they're still building their teams. So first of all, you need to understand the agency that you're going to should have domain knowledge of your business specifically. That's the first thing. Second thing is they must have the manpower to be able to execute, because a lot of agencies just outsource. And that's not a great model, because it either takes your cost up or your time up. If it's cheap, it will take time up. If it's expensive, it will take your cost up. Right. Third thing is you should definitely interact with the key members who are going to be working with you and understand their depth of experience.
Right.
Because the person who's managing your account is your representative inside the agency. Does this person understand your business and the domain very well to be able to guide the development team and the creative team and the performance marketing team and the communications team inside the agency to get you the right goods? It's important to look at these 2-3 things, domain knowledge, no outsourcing, people who are managing you. All these things will help you determine whether it's right or not.
And how you see about the social media also, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, so how it's helped to build a strong community of marketing?
So you see, Facebook, Instagram, all these social media handles are great for content creation, are great to learn from, and are great to exchange ideas on, right? Someone who's doing something new somewhere decides to put it up on a TikTok or a Facebook or an Instagram. It's great learning for our team. We do the same. Whenever we do a full project, we actually put up the entire case study on social media. Obviously, we get consent from the developers. We put the case study because we want others to learn, right? If we crack something new in lead generation, or if we come up with a new product, let's say for WhatsApp marketing, we put it up out there because we want more people to learn. We are not scared that, there'll be competitors. We're actually happy if new agencies come up because they also spread the word, right? So I think they're great platforms, but I always, advise against abuse of social media and overuse of it, because it's very easy to get addicted to these digital platforms. And we started out as a digital first company, and I'm still saying that, because it's very important to take your eyes off the screen sometimes.
Today you are in United Arab Emirates, but you do services in different countries. Let us know about the other countries, how you see also, and how you see the growth of United Arab markets with the other countries which you work with.
So look, we work in the UK. We do London, Birmingham, Manchester, York, Liverpool. We have opened our office in the US. We do Miami, New York, Dallas, Houston, and Texas. California, San Francisco mainly. We are now looking very aggressively at Singapore, trying to mainly service a little bit of KL. We want to do a little bit of Bali and Indonesia, and we want to do a little bit of Thailand because we see off-plan real estate growing there. I think all the markets are in different stages of growth. The most aggressive is Dubai. It is the UAE. And I think it is so because people from all these different markets I named are coming to the UAE and contributing to the growth of the UAE. The second big thing is the UAE gives it to the entire world, right? Anyone in the entire world can be an investor today in the UAE, right? Anyone in the entire world will think twice before investing in a Miami, will think 3 times before investing in a UK. Because of tax structures, complications, UAE has made it. UAE has made it very, very easy. Okay, and I think being from Dubai, it makes our collars up when we go to Miami or when we go to London and we say we are from Dubai. They actually look at us and say, okay, you know a little more than us when it comes to off-plan real estate.
Right.
So it is good. It's very good.
How you see the UAE rules and regulation here itself also in a different business to support anyone who are coming to UAE to invest?
I think the best thing about UAE is that everything is very simple and straightforward. Things are not ultra complicated and too structured and too layered. No, it's very simple.
No hiding.
Yeah, I mean everything is transparent. You come to the country, you want to do A, B, C business. Oh, I want to do B for this. X as the license. Go apply for the license. You will get the license. You don't need millions of dollars to do all of this. You want to be a freelancer. You have the choice to be a freelancer. You want to be a small office, be a small office. You want to be 100% remote, work from home. You can do what you want, right? But the good thing is, you don't have to go through 20 consultants to understand this. It's very straightforward. So, if you ask me, it's more important for things to be simple, even if they are expensive. You see? So, and the UAE is neither expensive nor complex.
Right.
You know, it's simple and affordable, very easy for any businessman or entrepreneur to come in here.
Okay. Imran, today, if you have advice for the people who are planning to come to invest in United Arab Emirates from the experience which you have, more than 16 years of experience in United Arab Emirates only, what you would advise them?
First of all, I would say, just what is that song? Welcome to Dubai, Habibi.
Welcome to Dubai.
Yeah. So I think the first thing is just, I would say, Habibi, come to Dubai. And the fact is that, you know, people from the outside are not able to build the right impression of how great this place is until they come in here and experience it. So I would basically welcome all investors and new business people with open arms to come in. In fact, in my own capacity, I try and help as many new businesses as possible to set up shop if needed, give any kind of advice if needed. Because, you know, eventually that makes our market more vibrant.
Right.
Yeah? So I would definitely say investors, new business people, come to Dubai, set up your businesses. Businesses can be set up within 24 hours. And there's a huge market. And not only the UAE market, but you can actually market to the world sitting in the UAE.
Imran, finally, we want also advice for our young generation.
For the young generation,
Plan to enter the markets.
for the young generation who want to enter the market, I would say there is no time like today. Do it today if you did not do it yesterday. Don't wait for tomorrow. The second thing I would say is that learn to fail fast. This is my motto. I say the faster you fail, the more you will learn. And the more you learn, next time it will avoid that failure. You know, this entire business, we have this saying in the business world, you build the plane as you fly. We built pixel by pixel as we entered this market. We added services on to PIXL as we saw fit, everything going into the same ecosystem, adding more value to the real estate community. So I would say, come in now, fail fast, don't be afraid of losing anything, because until you lose, you will not learn really, you know. And learn from your peers, learn from the entrepreneur right next door. You know, there's a lot that people can impart in the way of knowledge and teaching, but I would say don't be afraid. You know, most important thing is that you should have a lot of belief in yourself and the belief in your idea. But sometimes people take belief to be very rigid. I would tell the young generation to be flexible. You know, my idea of what PIXL should be in 2019 to what PIXL should be in 2025 is very different.
Right.
It's because I allowed the market to shape it. I allowed the people of PIXL to shape it, and I allowed our partners as clients to shape it. Right. This community builds your business. You know, it's just not you alone. But without your belief in making it big, no one can.
Personally, for who you will say thanks? From the people who are around you, who support you, who we can call them backbone.
My backbone is very strong. I am blessed, touchwood, to have a great family. Obviously, it starts with your spouse. And my wife has great tolerance and patience for a man like me, who's always working and experimenting. Alhamdulillah. So, of course, my parents, my siblings, my wife's parents and her siblings, because alhamdulillah we are very close knit, and you know a lot of us are here. I have a lot of family here. I have my cousins here. So just that family side is very very strong. I think to those initial clients who showed faith in PIXL, and they continue to be our clients and well-wishers till today.
Let us to know finally about your future plan. What's the vision of your business and what vision to move this world?
Okay, so my vision is big. I want to create an ecosystem for real estate that is global. An ecosystem where any real estate player can enter at any given point of time. If you're a broker, you come into the ecosystem will give you leads, will take care of your services. If you're a developer, you come in, this ecosystem will do everything from branding to the entire development management consulting to helping you sell out your product. If you're a master broker, you come in, this ecosystem will get you channel access around the world. So I want to build an ecosystem that takes care of real estate globally from a services perspective, which will have all components, sales, marketing and development. And it will cater to all stakeholders of real estate, to the extent that there should also be funding solutions available in this ecosystem, so that if I'm a developer and I have a great vision, I've got my plot of land, now I need construction finance, I need marketing ability, I need sales ability. This ecosystem, this platform should be able to provide it. And I'm very glad to say that we are probably 75% there in building and creating this. And inshallah soon, you will hear of new things that will come out of this group for real estate at launch.
Inshallah. His Ayah Sheikh Muhammad bin Rashid, he mentioned in my vision book, to be number one, it is not easy, but to keep continuing that level, that's the most hard things. How you see from your, we can say, perspective?
I 200% agree with the Zionists. I think the toughest part is sustaining it. Getting there obviously is hard and that's great. But what you do once you get there? You have to keep introducing new things. You have to keep pushing the boundaries in terms of getting new people and better people, better technologies. Be a thought leader, because you have to create new markets when they don't exist. How can I convince a broker to become a developer if I have exhausted the number of developers? I have to create new developers. So it is really hard sustaining that number one spot. And Ishaq, for me, it's not even the number one spot. It's really about, if we are the best at what we do, how can we continue to be the best at what we do? Because if we continue to be the best at what we do, clients will come, money will come, everything follows, right? But continuing to be the best at something you do is very hard.
Finally, we would like to give a short message from your side to our visionary leaders to this peaceful country. More than 280 nationalities, we live together, we support each other. And Alhamdulillah, we have the best country in the world from the safety, security. Also, we have the best education, the best healthcare, which help us to live with our family in a peaceful. What you will say for the UAE government and to our visionary leaders?
I would like to personally, from the bottom of my heart, and for everything that I've learned and we've become, want to thank the visionary leaders of the UAE, from me personally as a person, from my family, from the PIXL family and who we have grown to be. It is really thanks to how you have led this country and how you have pushed the boundaries. A big thank you and Eid Mubarak.
Thank you, Mr. Imran Khan, the founder of PIXL Group and Global. We wish for you all the best and more of success, inshallah. It was our pleasure to meet you in your office and inshallah more of success.
Thank you. Shukran.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
وتفخر بها الألقاب، دفوتها لها غير وترحب